What are you hearing on the ground when you speak to ordinary folks about where dreamers should have been in this country?
Well, I know you mentioned activists, and a lot of people think of activists when it comes to dreamers, but the reality is, and particularly in a time like this, when the country is going through the COVID crisis, I mean, we're talking about also essential workers, frontline first responders, nurses, doctors. These are our neighbors. Here in Los Angeles, it's probably the easiest place in the country to meet a dreamer. Of the current active 680,000 or so dreamers that are in the United States, 80,000 of them, 80,000 are here in Los Angeles. And it isn't just activists or frontline workers or people with important jobs. It's everyday citizens and literally your neighbors. And I know Pete is looking at the decision. Julia's looking at the decision. I'm looking at texts from dreamers themselves. And I know we're going to hear directly from dreamers in a minute. But this is from Jose Aguilar, who I spent some time with the other day. He's a barista at my local coffee shop, not far from my house. And when the decision came through, first things first, it was 6 emojis of exclamation points. He says, "I'm relieved. I can sleep better now. Now what? Give me permanent status, please." And that's it right there. That's the message to the Congress of the United States. These are people just like Jose, who was brought to this country when he was 1 year old from Mexico by his parents to live here. He's lived here. He's now 29 years old. And at the end of the day, all he wants is a life, which is the only life he's known. If this were to have gone the other way, if he and the other hundreds of thousands of dreamers would have been subject to deportation, they would have been sent to a life they never knew. He's never lived more than a year of his life in Mexico, and that's a story that repeats time after time after time. The idea of picking people up and sending them back to a country they don't know, when effectively they're Americans. He's a Angelino, he's a Californian, he's just not a citizen of the United States. That is the conundrum, the limbo that these dreamers have been living with for their entire lives.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.